What's up? My name's Djemba Djemba.
My name's FuzZ.
My name is Kloud.
I'm Snorlax.
It's the mighty Lord Raja.
Obi City, chilling here at Dubspot, New York.
The Melt is kind of like a collaboration of like multiple entities and scenes within Los Angeles.
Me and Jesse Sapel also goes by Moiti. He's a resident. We both co-founded The Melt. We started a year ago just as a club night. Since then, it kind of grew into, I guess, a collective, and with just all six of us: Djemba Djemba, FuzZ, Kloud, myself, Snorlax, Moiti, and Gossamer.
Basically, how we all met each other was through Professor Nalepa. Me and David took Nalepa's class senior year in college. We were both film majors, and we decided to pursue music. The Melt is really the blog and night portion of like our crew. Realistically, we're part of a bigger picture team of like 15 producers, B Team Supreme.
The Melt is more like a research sort of thing, you know, like we find these new kids, and if they blow us away and they're down, they'll, you know, do some tracks for Team Supreme.
We all kind of have different ideas of like what the Melt is and where it's going. I go on SoundCloud every day and like look for new talent, like people that aren't getting shine mainly on the blogs, and if they're, you know, local within Los Angeles or at least within 100 miles, 200 miles, like these are the types of kids that we just want to like bring up and like give a platform to like play music with.
So basically, Astronautical started out as a radio show back in like 2007, 2008. Paul Jones, one of the three founders, after he graduated from school, he came back to Long Island, which is where we're all from. We kind of just met up and realized that we've been listening to a lot of the same music and producing similar music. We just decided that we were making this stuff, why not just start putting it out? And then it eventually turned into a label. We recently started up a party in Brooklyn at this space called Free Candy, and it's like an old garage with like all this weird neon paint and like black lights, and it's real trippy.
A lot of the people we book at the Melt will end up maybe within like a few months playing something bigger like Low End Theory. We're trying to get like the talent, but they're on the cusp of blowing up. So there's a lot of clubs in Los Angeles especially that only will book people with like a certain amount of SoundCloud fans or like Facebook fans. And to us, that's not like how music needs to be propagated.
We don't really tend to a specific genre. I feel like that's just like our outlet and our platform for us to just have whoever we are really into at the time and just come and express themselves.
It starts off with like, we're gonna release this on our own record label, you know, but like if someone else hears it, or if we play it at a show sometime and someone like approaches us, a bigger label or something, then that's clearly gonna happen. And you know, that's happened with Andrew. You know, he's now putting stuff out with like Mad Decent Jeffries.
You know, I work with Diplo personally, like as a day job, co-producing a lot of stuff with him. But actually, he didn't even know that I had this kind of side project as myself. And the guy who runs the label, Paul Devereaux, actually hit me up before he even knew who I was, even though I'd been working with Diplo for like a year. He was like, "Hey man, really love the stuff. Would, you know, like to get this shit out." And I was like, "Oh yeah, don't you? I've met you like 5 times." And it was cool because it just like happened to work out that way. The point is, we're not trying to like shop anything, because I feel like if you go in with that mindset, you're gonna be let down a lot. People will find good music. DJs are always playing shows. They always need new music. And it's like, if you're there to provide that new music, like, you're gonna get hit up a lot. So that's our game plan. I mean, we're trying to release on other labels as well, but just let those people come to us.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I think I grew up on hip hop.
Ever since I was little, I was really inspired by MF Doom and Madlib. My parents would play a lot of like Indian records around the house, and I would listen to other records like the Delphonics and stuff, so I would sample a lot. and make rap beats. I made some new friends at college. We would like turn on Hot 97 and stuff, and like Rick Ross would come on.
Finna do something special. We finna stop the whole city. Yeah. McMillie.
And I hated the music, but there was still something funny about it and fun about it, and dancing and hit the cooking dance and stuff. So I wanted to infuse the passion of like sampling vinyl and stuff with the trap. So I would put in like vinyl crinkle and stuff and kind of condense and compress it into like one thing. I would take the samples and chop them up on Final Cut Pro, and then export the audio to Fruity Loops with using Crossover on my MacBook. It was really sloppy. I've graduated to Ableton. I find it easier to export vinyl samples into Ableton, and I'm working with vinyl again exclusively.
I also use Ableton, and I sample sometimes. Sometimes I use VSTs, synthesizers. I have a couple hardware synths too. Every song is sort of different. Sometimes I'll have an idea in my head that I just try to translate as best as I can, like a melody or something. I record a lot of stuff on my iPhone, like I just hum stuff into my iPhone all the time, and I'll try to go home and play it out.
I'm using a Traktor and a X1 controller, and sometimes I'll use Ableton and a MPD26 for triggering samples.
I'm using a SP404 and a bass.
I just use Ableton. I use an MPD32 to like trigger everything.
I use like a bunch of different things. For this tour specifically, since I didn't want to build an Ableton set, which I usually build an Ableton set for multiple shows, but I kind of get bored with that over time. So I've been just using turntables with Serato.
LA and New York party vibes, completely different. At least when I've gone out in New York, granted I don't live here, I don't go out that much, but like people want to go out and have fun. Maybe they'll know like someone who's playing, but a lot of people just go out and they're just having fun. And it's like a party and everybody dances. And in LA, nobody dances. Like, seriously, at these nights, like, no one dances, it's all heads. It's all people that make beats that are really into it. They have to drive everywhere, so they're planning out their night, and they're like, I'm gonna go see this person play here because I know that they're out of town and I like their music on SoundCloud. And then they all go, and nobody's dancing, they're all just... And then at the end, everybody's like, oh, good to meet you, and it's like a completely different vibe.
By the same token, though, I think you have to play to the crowd a little more. In New York, you got to retain these people. It was fun in LA just being able to drop my own music more and just having like people get down with that. I think they each have their own kind of benefits.
When everything's so spread out like LA is, people have to build kind of their own collective in one area, and that's where you get a lot of the support from. Rather than New York, everything's going on like the same block, it's harder to get like a following.
LA was really surreal for me, completely spread out. It was weird, like you're in the city but you could still hear like crickets and all that. I thought it was really chill. And I think you could hear that in the music too. But these days, everything's on the internet. I don't think location has as much of an effect. We have a lot of similarities in our sounds even though we're, from different places.
I don't even know what making it is at this point. There's no rules anymore, so like making it, even people that are signed to like big labels now are so disillusioned with the way the industry works that it's like, don't go in with like expectations that like you gotta blow up or this has gotta happen. Like, it's just a bad way to go about it.
Be patient and just try to create something that's uniquely yours if you can, something that you feel really attached to, that's personal. That will always translate when people listen to it rather than sounding like some kind of reworked copy.
It's important to explore like all the possibilities you can do, and work with what you have.
Whatever genre you're attacking, go back and study the classics, what inspired those people and what inspired the people before them, and keep going back until you have a pretty full understanding of what you're doing and why you're doing it, so it's honest. One time I took a Enrique Iglesias a cappella and the Lex Luger instrumental, and I real quick I just mashed it up, and I'd say half the guys left, and just
They were replaced by women.
they were replaced by women, and I think that's the key is you get some Enrique Iglesias acapellas. There's gonna be a bunch more females. So.
I like your style.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.